The global personal training market is on a serious rise. In 2024, the industry topped around $45 billion and is projected to keep growing over 4 to 5% annually. In the US alone, there are 96 million people using fitness facilities. That's like 1 in every 4th person in the US. But here's the truth. For most fitness businesses and personal trainers, the problem isn't the demand. The people are there. It's the conversion and the conversion rate. The topic of today is how to fast track a personal training lead into a paying client. So I'm going to share a few rules that I like to apply to my personal training business to ensure that when I have a PT lead, I can turn that person into a paying client as fast as possible. The first rule is immediate contact. It can seem like this is okay to do, but the worst thing for you to do as a personal trainer is to think that you're too busy for new business, even if you are. I do over 46 personal training sessions every single week. I also have online clients and virtual clients. I'm as busy as I've ever been, and I should not take on more clients at all with the level of sessions that I'm doing. You'll never hear me say that I'm too busy to even entertain the idea of new business. So when new leads come across my email, my DM, or through other contacts, I respond as fast as I can, and then sometimes immediately. The first rule of respond fast is a momentum game. When someone reaches out, they create a moment of momentum. And most trainers miss this momentum because they're busy. But momentum does expire. That feeling that that prospect had in their heart and in their mind that they were ready, the motivation was high, we have to capture that as personal trainers. That's our moment to insert ourselves as experts and valuable people in that client's life. If someone DMs you at 7 p.m., don't wait until the morning to get back to them if you see that DM and they're a PT lead. Responding with anything helps keep the momentum going. It's not a wait and see kind of game. It's a respond and begin the communication type of situation. So example, someone says, hey, I heard about your personal training business. Someone told me to come check out your Instagram. I may be interested in personal training and knowing what you offer. I get messages like these all the time from referrals and sometimes even on my TikTok or Instagram. Even if that PT lead's buying temperature is not high, I still respond with the expectation that this person could and will become a client. When a PT lead reaches out asking about my services or my offerings or my availability, I typically respond with 2 ways. Hi, it's Duncan, it's Coach Duncan. I'm not available right now, but give me a specific amount of time to get back to you. The next way is, hi, my name is Coach Duncan. Here are some of my offerings. Here's how I offer it. Here's availability that I know about right now, but I would love to get on a call with you at a specific time, on a specific day to discuss these things further. These 2 ways allows you to keep the momentum going, but also give some immediate feedback to that person looking for your business. Because the truth is, people shop around for personal trainers. So they may send the same message to over 5 personal trainers. And it may come down to the personal trainer who responded the fastest and who responded with the most customer service and clarity. You may have heard this saying before, entrepreneurship likes speed. So when you have a new PT lead available to you, you want to move with a certain level of speed and enthusiasm to make sure that person becomes a client or becomes a warmer lead. My second rule is book the consult. I can't tell you how much times I've given personal trainers the advice of just get the person on the phone. When someone's interested in your personal training services, your offerings, or understanding your availability, try to get face-to-face contact or verbal contact with that PT lead right away. Sometimes you start thinking about the availability, the pricing, the packaging, the program, and you start counting all those things in your head, even counting the possible revenue in your head before you actually talk to this prospective client. And I'm not gonna lie, this is very easy to do as personal trainers. When we get a new lead, we have this idea in our head, we run the numbers, and we start getting excited about the prospect taking on a new client. But before anything, you need to book the consult. That consult can be a free session, that consult can be a phone call, that consult can be a virtual onboarding or some type of assessment. but you need to get that book as fast as possible. So don't sell in the DMs. Don't sell over text. Book the connection. Never send prices before you talk to a prospect. Sometimes in some rare cases, if that prospect is a referral and it's a hot lead, just sending over prices because they're already very interested can help speed up the process of them making a decision whether to train with you or not. But most times, avoid sending prices until you speak to a prospect. In some cases, you can also have your prices online, displayed on your website or your social media pages where the prospects will know your prices ahead of time. If you're someone who operates your business that way, then you should definitely try to get on a call as fast as possible to show that prospective client exactly why you charge what you charge and to build that connection and clarity as soon as possible. You want that prospective client to get on a call with you and feel like, okay, that's why he or she charges at that price. The level of clarity in which they speak and their expertise and the level of customer service they provided in just this consultation justifies that price, and I'm excited to probably work with this person. You want that level of feeling inside a PT lead, and that's all about creating momentum as soon as possible. So don't get caught up in the ifs or what can happen, but book the consult. Get in front of that prospective client as fast as possible. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get back to clients right away to book that consult or to get face-to-face contact. But you want to have something you can give them immediately. It can be an automated message that sends to every prospect when they reach out to you via email or DM, or it can be some type of template you create that you can send right away that collects that client's intake information, like a part queue that you automatically have emailed out to prospective clients when they ask about your offerings. A part queue is just a physical readiness assessment where it asks about injuries, exercise history, medications, those type of things that can get the ball rolling and establish the connection and start the conversation. That speed is very important. And while I do want you to book that consult as fast as possible, you also want to create some level of connection and feedback as fast as possible as well. So my third rule is one I cannot emphasize enough. Every trainer needs to treat a new personal training lead as if they're already one of your clients. There is nothing worse than speaking in if, but, maybe language when a PT lead is interested in your services. Most trainers go wrong when it's time for the sale because they don't treat every PT lead as if they're already a client. From the very first message, act as if this person's already joined your program. You're not convincing, you're just simply guiding. When I message a lead, I don't say, well, if you decide to start. You'll never hear me say that. I'll say something like, when we begin, this is what it will be. Or when we book the consultation, this is what we're going to discuss about our partnership together. My language and my energy is always forward-looking, as if we already have started as a trainer in a client relationship. What you want to do is make it really hard for that client to say, no, I'm not going to work with you. I'm going to go somewhere else. Believe it or not, it's really hard to just say no. So when you're working with a PT lead who's interested in your services, treat them as if they're already a client and watch how hard it is for them to say no completely to any type of service you offer. The moment someone's interested in your business and your offerings, you want to speak to them with clarity and you want to reinforce them being treated as if they're already a client. So language like, here's how your first week of your training will look, is a great way to have a forward-looking statement that speaks to how the first week of the experience will be. You'll get this, a mobility assessment. We will do this, whether it be exercises or different types of assessments. I'll send you this, right? So the communication is beginning and that person can expect some things from you right away. You're helping them see the future experience, and that's what closes a sale. It's not about selling the program or presenting the prices. It's all about selling the future experience. We all do it. Think about other areas of life in which you already do this thing, where you are sold on the future experience, so you purchase the thing now. Here's some language I urge you to avoid at all times. If you decide to sign up, if this sounds interesting, if you're ready, if you want to start next week, avoid this language by all means. This language will plant a seed in your prospective client's head that there's a possibility of not working with this person. Avoid this language and see how well your conversion and sales become. Replace this language with forward-looking language at all times. Clients don't buy workouts, they buy confidence. So when your tone says that you're in good hands, people can trust you, and they can rely on you to get results, it's most likely that person is going to convert. Like I said in the beginning, it's not the demand, it's the conversion. So here's your rule of thumb. Contact, book, close, onboard as fast as possible. So I'm going to recap the 3 rules that I follow to make sure I can fast track a potential personal training lead into a paying client in under 72 hours, and in most cases, under 48 hours. The first rule is immediate contact. Respond to that client or that prospective client as fast as you possibly can with some type of feedback or conversation starter. The second rule is book that consultation. Don't get caught up in all the possibilities until you create that first connection, whether it be verbal or on video. The last one is to treat every prospective client like they're already a client. If you follow these 3 rules, you can see your conversion rates go up exponentially. If you were struggling to close clients before because you were using some if, maybe language, following these rules will allow you to be more confident when it's time to close a new client and have systems and templates ready to go to make sure that your conversion rate stays high and you can fast track that process. So at the end of the day, no lead wants to be sold. They simply want to be led. They want to feel like they've already found the person who's going to get them to the finish line. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. Move immediately, get the consultation book, and speak to that person as if they're already a client in your business. I hope this video helps you fast track personal training leads into paying clients in under 72 hours. If you think this video can help someone you know, and if it helps you, please like and comment down below and subscribe to our channel.